I'm leaning forward into mine as well. That's why I'm not quiet either.
I feel it.
Imagine my name was
That knuckles with cursed. What are with these cursed images? Cursed, bro. Cursed images.
Yo, Townsy found one of the Sonic and the Mega Man switched.
I hate that. I was so bad. Like it was so off-putting. It like gave me heebie-jeebies. Like got heebie-jeebies. Like I hate this.
I mean, do you see the difference in the Discord one now? It's just his feet. It's not.
Oh my God! Look at this guy. He's a demon. He's a demon.
I'll go back to Trico with the do-rag and black Air Forces soon. I promise.
All right, that was much better. Let me just make sure. I don't know if my Discord set it up. I'm gonna stick a gander real quick.
I see our the overlay.
Oh no, just that my bot, aka Emily from Tower God, is supposed to do things automatically, but like it just does what it wants sometimes.
I mean, it sounds like Emily now in the story because Emily hasn't shown up for ages.
Right? My God, Blue Pheasant, Kuzan, what's going on, bro? Just a little Nate night stream.
What
just happened? Late night stream. We just gonna kick it, talk some comics, some Batman. We both seen the movie twice, right? You seen it twice, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do that.
Once with the fam, once by myself.
Yeah, I'll watch it with my girl, and then I'll watch it with my friend. My thing after. So, but yeah, a couple of things I want to talk about, like in terms of what the movie not connects, but in terms of the other, connects to some of the other DC stuff I want to talk about. But just real quick. I haven't checked this myself. What do you know about what they want to do with the continuation? All I know about the GCPD, they want to do like a little show on HBO Max with that, and I believe they want to do like a Penguin show or a Penguin continuation with Colin Farrell. I did not. By the way, I did not know that's Colin Farrell. That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
All I know is that those things are happening. I know nothing about them.
Okay. So we're in
the same place as you on that.
We're in the same boat there. Okay, so because like. I really do think the movie did a lot of interesting things to set up some future events. I just don't know. Because my friend was telling me that he never really planned to make more. It could just be a one-off. Yeah. I don't know if that's true, but
I think that's what it was originally, and now it's a trilogy.
Okay.
From what I understand.
It'd be like that sometimes. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I would assume the GCPD one is about Gordon becoming commissioner since the old one's dead. Mm-hmm. And the Penguin one's about him taking Falcone's spot. That's what I would assume it would be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because like when the flood and stuff settles, like in my opinion, fell asleep a few times still like the movie. That's crazy. It's long. Do you think it needs to be that long? Personally, I think it could have been about 20 minutes shorter.
I don't know what I would take out. That's my thing.
Because a lot of the stuff is kind of atmosphere things, so I'm not mad at it. It doesn't bother me.
Like, you could take out a couple like longer shots of things, and then you'd be fine probably. But
yeah. Naya, certified Batman hater. The movie was a 10. I gave it an 8.5. You know what's crazy? I gave it 8.5, and some people are like, okay, I'm gonna go see it. If you gave it an 8.5, that means it's like a 12 out of 10. I'm like, bro, am I that harsh? There's no way I'm that critical. I can't be that bad.
I would agree with an 8.5.
Okay.
I would 100% agree with that.
Yeah. I think I had it maybe at an 8 first.
Because there were a couple. I had a fair list of complaints. None of them were big, but there were enough small ones to put it down that much.
Yeah, I had someone say he had a problem with the storytelling. I thought originally he meant the script when he said the writing could be better, but he said that he thought the storytelling could be better. And one of my other friends was saying that he thought the movie needed another B plot line and stuff like that. But I thought there was other things happening, personally speaking. Like, I know it may have not gotten the type of focus that they wanted, but I thought a lot was happening. Like, Selena.
I think if having another B plot line would have actually made it worse.
I think so.
There would have been a lot more stuff happening.
Okay.
Already.
I was hungry, so I kept falling asleep. That's fair, bro. I feel that. So I fell asleep during Endgame, so I got you. But I was fighting for my life in Endgame, actually. I was my eyelids got heavy. I checked the time. I'm like, it's only been an hour. I'm like, I want to leave, bro. I did not like that movie from start to finish, man. But I mean, generally speaking, what do you think about the movie though? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
It was good. That's my favorite live action Batman so far.
Yeah.
I think it's not to sound like a meme lord, but I would say this is the most comic accurate so far.
No, I agree with that in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. It's a young Batman, so he's angrier and a little more rash, and he hasn't completely gotten. You can't give him the title of the world's best detective yet, so to speak. So I thought that, I think one thing that made me very happy was at the very end when he said my confession, and he's just like, oh, whatever, and he's kind of put the tool away. But then I think that one police officer, I didn't catch it the first time. I didn't catch it the first time. He's like, oh, like my cousin or something, like a carpenter. That's whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
when I watched that the first time, I didn't catch that line either. And then when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh, yeah, that's why that thing was important.
Yeah, and then he he did it. He pulled the carpet out, and that's when he learned about the 7 trucks of the seawall. And I'm like, oh, I like that. I honestly thought they did Enigma with some justice. I thought he was cool, good. Costume aside, because it's whatever. And I thought the Riddler was really good. I actually highly enjoyed what they did with him there, and I
think
the
Paul
little
Dano
cerebral
did a great job. And I think it's also more impressive because the majority of his scenes are played through cameras, and he's not acting beside anybody up until that last scene. Well, that last scene with Bruce in the cell was. I said this before. I think the best comparison to this version of Riddler is the Arkham game interpretation of him. Just a tad bit more evil.
I feel it. Do the trailers give a good impression of the movie because they weren't moving me? I only watched the very initial one where he was fucking up that one guy. He's like, vengeance. I didn't watch a single trailer after that, so I can't tell you. I can tell you that. Coming from a guy who's not a Batman fan, and I am literally tired of Batman, especially the fucking Joker. Well, actually, both of them. But I think, objectively speaking, if I'm being impartial, removing all bias, being completely, whatever, objective, I think it's the best live action movie they made for Batman, easily. And like you said, I think it's the most comic book accurate, or at least it tries to portray it the most accurate.
I mean, there's stuff that they literally rip from a couple runs.
And we were talking about the Selena storyline being from the Long Halloween and things of that nature.
Literally beat for beat for most of outside of her romance with that one girl. But it's literally beat for beat. Yeah. The same storyline from that.
They like the Great Flood at the end, but I have became very conscious of Bible religious references, even though it's very common in the media. It's exhausting to watch. I didn't hate that. I thought I thought it I get the idea of cleansing the city, so I guess I took it I took it like that. So Batman has Terry Dibblin boots on. He has fucking riot gear.
He's literally just wearing combat gear. That's basically the whole time.
And he got the big pouch. The big pouch when he came to get the penguin. I'm like, this guy just got a Naruto ninja pouch on his fucking leg. Where is your utility belt, sir? But he's young, 2 years in. Right?
KG, I would say it's both. Actually, is it the best Batman movie or the best Batman movie? I think it's both.
I don't get it. I didn't get that.
Some people say the Dark Knight stuff is not Batman movies because they're too realistic. I get that sort of interpretation, but I think it's generally just a better film than Batman Begins or Dark Knight.
Yeah, because I would say that my favorite is still Batman Begins. In terms of all the live action Batman movies, I think this could grow on me if I keep watching it though. I could see this becoming my favorite one. If you just ask me right now, which live action Batman's your favorite, it is that one. But I also understood that Christopher Nolan was doing that from the jump. It's supposed to be a more realistic. He wasn't going for what this movie is going for, so I don't punish that movie for not doing that. Even though I hate Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah, as Batman. Christian Bale's a terrible Batman.
Yes, and I don't even think he's a great Bruce Wayne, personally speaking. So. I'm watching back-to-back fantasy movies: Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Star Wars is more sci-fi, but that works for me.
Who's on in that case? Yeah. Tolkien was a very heavy Christian, so that's why that happens in Two Towers.
I was gonna watch Harry Potter, but I'll pass now. I think you could. Yeah, you can chill on Harry Potter, bro. Harry Potter not raw like that. I really truly believe that. But okay, so yeah, I think it's the best live-action Batman movie. I like this is I know we got a very minor version of it in the extended version of Batman vs. Superman, but even just seeing Clark do a little bit of investigate some journalism, and even Lois doing it, even though I don't like, is her name Amy Reed? What's her name? Amy Adams? Amy something? I don't like her Lois at all. I just think it's bad. It's just not moving me. But I like that in the extended cut. I got to see them. I got her. She got to find out that Lex was the one setting everything up, and like in the theatrical cut, it's very jarring when Superman is like, "Yo, Batman, you're done," and I'm like, "Bro, what?" But when you see him actually like going to Gotham and he's defying Perry White, like Perry White's like, "Bro, I want you to talk about like the fucking game." He's like, "But this Batman guy, he's bad." Like, it's like you gotta be stopped. I like seeing that. So for this movie to be like the first live action Batman film where I actually see him from start to finish, start a case, have to figure out who done it, who's the culprit, who's the next victim, who's involved, and get like kind of tricked sometimes with the El Rada, La Rada stuff. Like that was great. I really liked that. Then you had like the femme fatale thing with Selena. Like I think they really, really did capture like the noir, the detective comics.
I'd say that it communicates very much a lot of younger Bruce stuff too.
Yes.
Smart, but not learned enough to be the usual like goated version of himself that many people know.
Yes.
He's still a good fighter, but he's not as technically prowess as he is when he's older.
Yep.
And he's angry and he's irrational. But I think something that's different in this that I don't usually even see in comics is that this version of Bruce Wayne doesn't even give a fuck about the Wayne side of things at all. Like he is just solely Batman, which I haven't really seen before.
I think I probably have seen it to some degree, but you're right. Like to just absolutely be completely divorced from it is unusual. He might not care a lot.
Wayne Enterprise is about to go like bankrupt or something, like based on what Alfred says.
Yeah.
He's like,
and he's just like, "Hey man, these criminals though." So
facts.
It is the best Batman movie. Oh wait, I just read that. Damn, I haven't seen many people complain about this movie. I should give it a chance.
Just from a cinematography perspective, I think it's the best I've ever seen, and I honestly think the overall score is the best one I've ever seen either. I don't think
that theme is really good.
I don't think its Batman theme is the best because I still think Elfman's is better. But Giacchino's is fucking good. But the overall score, oh my god, there's so like the movie really only has 4 pieces. It's that Nirvana song, Ave Maria, and then Batman and Catwoman's themes. And both of those individual themes are very good. And I picked up more on Catwoman's the second time I watched, and hers is great.
I like it. What do you think of Zoe Kravitz's Selena without the horniness?
I think she's well.
I'm kidding. I got you.
I mean,
She's not moving us like it's moving anyone else. I don't think she's an ugly woman at all or anything like that. I just listen. You ask me, I'm thinking Anne Hathaway. I was just personally speaking. I like her.
I think Anne Hathaway is still the best Catwoman. I don't know where this idea that Michelle Pfeiffer is the best comes from.
Who?
From the what is his name?
There's who said that? I want to fight. Like I want to fight to the death.
I don't know why Michelle Pfeiffer gets classified as the best Catwoman. It's pure cat. Anne Hathaway is the best, but I think Zoe Kravitz is a good one. I don't think the romance between her and Bruce works, but that's if you had literally taken out that first kiss in the sunset.
I totally agree.
And made the one later in the movie where they kiss on the scaffolding at the end fight. The first one that they have, I think it works 100% if you do that. But that first kiss on the tower with the bat signal, I think fucks up.
Here's what I will say about that. I kind of interpret it as I still agree with you, but I interpret it a little bit differently. I felt like she was trying to like coerce him into like getting him to help her find. I can't remember at that point it was Anna or whatever her friend's name. I can't remember her name. The Russian girl. I felt like she was trying to like maybe use a little bit of a sexual move to maybe like motivate him to like help. I don't know. Maybe that's just maybe I was looking into that, but I still agree with you. Like that didn't really move me. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of Lois and Clark in Man of Steel. I'm like,
what else to say? Like that's a little bit weird.
That was different.
She's trying to coerce him because, like, I think it's implied that the Russian girl's like her girlfriend because they took the bisexual interpretation of Catwoman for this movie, if I recall.
And she was saying baby. I guess I think I took it as like. She said she's just a kid, so I thought she was like looking over her like a mentor type of thing. Like she took her in because she said she had to think about Stray. So I guess you could interpret it anyway. I didn't know about the bisexual thing at all. So can't respect her with the horny aspect.
I know that's a recent change that they had for the comics too for Selena, but I don't know. It could be that she's looking after her and she just calls her baby for some reason, but it seemed more romantic for the two characters to me. But
I'm trying to remember in my head what she was saying about. Remember how DC movies had the DC showcase and there's that one Catwoman one. I feel like she was calling whoever she was living with baby too, though. I don't remember, though. I could be making that up. I gotta check again. But Milkman confirmed. Listen, man. Anne Hathaway is bad. Fuck what y'all talking about. She was crazy in that movie. She's my favorite for real, though.
She's a great Catwoman.
Yeah, they just horny. That's why they like Michelle. I didn't know Selena was lesbo in the film. I thought they were just friends. Yeah, I didn't take it that way.
It came across to me as romantic.
Okay.
I don't really care one way or the other, but that's just the way it seemed to me.
Yeah, all this considered, like I didn't have a problem with her. I thought she was perfectly serviceable.
I think she was good.
Yeah,
yeah,
perfectly serviceable.
Now Pattinson, I think, is the best Batman we've gotten so far.
I agree. That's where I stop.
Yeah, Batman.
Because
to be honest, we didn't see enough of Bruce Wayne to really say.
That's why. Like it's like one of those things. It's still pending. Like I can't even knock him because the whole movie he was pretty much suited up. And me and you did say this. I was part of that. I remembered. We like the there's no point of it, but we like the eyeshadow fake drawn on mask on Bruce's skin. I like that. I don't know what it is. It's moving me. It's moving me. I like it. It was good.
Did you like Batman's hand-to-hand combat?
Sloppy.
I don't think it was better than.
Not polished.
I don't think it was better than Affleck's.
Nope.
But I still think it's better than everybody else's.
Easily. I would say that so like this, I want to talk about this. So you gave your answer. You guys can give your answer in the chat too, who your favorite Batman is. I still hear people say Christian Bale, and I think I know some older guys will say, I think Michael Keaton, I think I've heard too, but
yeah.
Adam West to go. I'm joking. But
Adam West.
Brad Affleck is my favorite Batman, and I'll explain why. From top to bottom, I agree with the Batman portion probably being the best with Robert Pattinson, especially when I think about what they're trying to do with the younger Batman, and the younger Batman's older. But I also think about what they're doing with the older, more Dark Knight, a little bit jaded Batman in the Zack Snyder trilogy, if you will. That's what I call it at this point, the Zack Snyder trilogy. Mm-hmm. And I think from top to bottom he's the best. I think he looks great in the cowl, personally. Actually, all things considered, I think Robert Pattinson looks good in the two, though. I think he looks good in the two. I think he
looks the best in the cowl, but I don't think that Affleck looks bad.
Yeah, I really like how Affleck looks in it. Affleck has the brooding down really well. Like Pattinson to me looks angrier more than he's just kind of brooding. If that makes sense. But that makes more sense because we know young Batman is still he hasn't reined in the rage of what happened to his parents and whatnot yet, and he has to learn that the hard way, by almost going over the edge. So I like that. So the older whatever works for me. The thing that I really appreciate, I could say this now. I couldn't say this before, but I rewatched with my girlfriend this weekend. We watched the Zack Snyder trilogy. We watched Man of Steel. We watched the extended cut of Batman vs Superman and the Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut. I think Superman's death really weighs on Batman, and I think the heroic aspect of him really comes out in that other movie, where he's operating a bit more on hope and faith and trying to unite the seven, so to speak. I think that did a lot for me personally. I can't lie to you. So when I kind of see his progression from Batman vs Superman to the end of Justice League, I really like how far he's came.
I think he acts and performs better as Bruce in Snyder Cut for Justice League than any other movies he's in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not including the Batman stuff, but he's great as Bruce in the Snyder Cut specifically.
I also think he's good in BVS because he's the older Batman is not particularly concerned about upholding the shtick, but he'll try. So when he was putting the little thing in the bottom, he's like, "Oh, I thought this was the bathroom. That martini was too many." Faking it. He's like, the Daily Planet, do I own this one? And Clark is just trying to grill him as a reporter, and then he cuts to bullshit. He's like, "Isn't that a little hypocritical? Because every time your fucking hero saves a cat out of a tree, if you read a fucking puff piece editorial about an alien who could blah blah blah, right?" And even at the beginning of the movie, I really thought seeing the human perspective of Batman on the ground while Zod and Superman were fighting really went a long way for me. And most importantly, I know this is superficial. This is a nitpick, and I openly admit it's a nitpick. I love how fucking jacked that nigga is, bro. What the fuck? And even Dark Knight Batman Frank Miller is huge. Ben Affleck is so jacked in that movie to the point that when they did the added scenes and he's not that big anymore, he looks super skinny and the outfit does not fit him the same. The actual cowl part's a little too big for him. His chin is a little smaller. So with me, I'm like, oh my god, like I like my superheroes fucking ripped. Okay? So fucking Patterson pushing that fucking table in the middle of the skinny. Nah, it's not moving me. It's not moving me. Put some weight on.
He was grunting
Yeah.
with effort, to be fair.
So yeah. But as for his
Also-
hand-to-hand combat, I think it's gonna get better. So I like that it was still
Yes.
like unpolished, or like, you know, he hasn't mastered the style of
doesn't
like
seem
fighting
like a-
multiple people yet.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a martial artist like Affleck did in
Mhm.
his. He just seems more like a brawler right now. But
Yeah.
like he's a polished brawler. That's the best way I can put it.
Mhm.
And that's another thing Affleck I think has over. Affleck's Batmobile is vastly superior to this one.
Yeah. So hold on, no ninja moves from Batman in the movie. Ben Affleck was ideal for Batman. Christian Bale was passable, but the villains keep outperforming him. That's fair. Just live action, definitely Ben, but I haven't seen this movie, so maybe here. I think Ben Affleck is honestly really good. I'm a Batfleck guy.
Yeah, KG, we talked about how he's barely Bruce in the movie, so
Mhm.
there's very little to judge on,
Yeah,
and it's
like-
a very different take on Bruce because, like I said before, in this version he doesn't give a fuck about Wayne Enterprises at all
yeah.
as a person.
As a matter of fact, it looks to me like Alfred and that one accountant lady in the Wayne Manor seem to
They're
be doing.
handling
Yeah,
everything.
they're handling it while he's just out here in the streets. So.
Facts.
Yeah, so that's my thought on it. I did hear some people say that maybe he's gonna get bigger with if they I don't have to continue. I'm not gonna say that, but if they continue the trilogy or the whatever the movies, he'll get bigger for the next one. So you could see the progression kind of. I don't know if that's true or not. I would be okay with that, to see the suit and him just get kind of better progressively with each movie. I guess would be kind
I
of
mean,
cool.
the suit definitely needs to get better because that shit doesn't look.
It's bulletproof
the
as
suit-
fuck though.
Yeah, I mean, the function
Yeah.
is amazing. The fashion needs some work.
Yes. He's looking rough. He's looking like a poor man's Batman cosplayer going to the con, but
Facts.
he pulled it off with what he got. But you know,
Yeah. Yep.
you might need that thing. Okay, so hold on. It's got zero to do with the secret ID stuff. Wait, so okay, yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Deathstroke will lace you next movie. Yeah, we're getting Joker. Patterson had a Lamborghini truck.
I actually don't
Batmobile.
think that anymore. I actually don't think we are gonna get Joker anymore.
I would love to.
Second movie.
I would love for anything else. I think you said Scarecrow. I'm into that.
I don't think we're gonna get Joker next movie because if he's still in prison, there has to be a breakout in the prison for him to actually do anything. So I think the breakout may happen during the second movie, and then he comes in the third.
Okay.
That could just be my blind hope,
Mhm.
and I hope that there's no breakout in the shows that they're doing. But
Yeah, because you know, you
That's
and
what I'm
me,
hoping.
you and I are tired of the Joker. Yeah, see,
Yeah, we are done with
see,
that.
I feel that. Like, I'm done with the Joker too. I just like, I get it, but like, he has such a good rogues gallery. Like, come on, let's talk about some other people and whatnot. So, Patterson had a Lamborghini truck as a Batmobile. It's a
I
prototype,
will
dog.
say, when that car did rev up its jet engine, that shit was fucking raw.
I got you. I freaking got you.
that chase sequence is the best Batmobile. Okay, even though his Batmobile itself isn't great, that is the best Batmobile chase sequence I've ever seen.
You think so? You know, like, I think I like the
I
Batman
love
Superman
that
one.
chase sequence.
I think
Oh, that one's good too.
I like that one a
But,
lot.
like,
I'm not mad at you
no.
saying that though. This one was really good. Like it, like
I mean,
1A,
it's like-
1B, 1A, 1B. I'm not.
when
You
he
know.
like ramps off the fucking exploding trucks at the. It was just like, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And like
But
he
I
like
will say,
clicked the
at
button
the
to
end-
armor it up a bit. I like that.
yep. And at the end though, it's like that chase is a little bit weird because he doesn't really give a fuck about all the people that probably just died in that huge accident
Yeah.
that Penguin caused.
I mean, he seemed a little more apathetic in this movie because anytime they
Yeah.
pull out like a dirty cop or dirty like politician or whatever, or like
He's
you
like,
know,
I don't give a fuck.
he's like,
Yeah.
you know, they had it coming type beat, you know. So
yeah.
that's why I like that's what I wanted to transition to this topic where it's like, I think the end of the movie is going to start to show Batman's
yes.
change because I think they did a lot of cool symbolic things here because he said I can't just be vengeance because I think him hearing that last guy like the I call him Nigma's incels. We said I'm vengeance and he's like, you know how he said that, he's like, nah.
His YouTube subscribers.
Yeah. I think I gotta be better. I gotta do more. Like I gotta also be like a symbol of hope. and
He
whatnot.
was sounding like Clark low-key.
Yeah.
In movie.
But like I understand because like it was really cool because like I think both of us like this shot a lot when he has the flare in his hand and he's leading all the people out of the water from like the inside of the.
Just from a filmmaking standpoint, that shot was incredible.
It reminds me of the trench shot with Aquaman and I think maybe Mera.
Yes.
That's like similar like with what's his name, James Wan. That's a really good shot too.
Yeah.
Incredible with all the So when am I in a Riddler movie? Oh wait, when am I in a Riddler? We just got one.
True, and I will say Paul Dano. I'm not sure how I'd rank Riddler in terms of movie. He might be my favorite movie villain so far. I don't know.
Like
really
general, like kind of like superhero, like movie villains.
No, just for Batman.
Okay, for Batman. Let me think.
Very good.
I definitely got. No, he's up there.
I mean, because
personally, I'm a. What's his name? Liam Neeson. I really liked him in the first one. Yeah, I really liked him. So he's probably up there for me too. I do like Heath Ledger's
Joker is good.
Yes.
But it's not.
It's just not moving me the same way it moves other people.
Joker.
It's just, it's not bad though. It really isn't. And I don't really care for the Bane and Talia shit they were doing in that last one. That wasn't moving me at all.
No.
So, Batman Rises, The Dark Knight Rises I'm not a fan of that movie. Like for me, it gets like, I've always said this since like 2008. Is that when Dark Knight came out? 2008? Really think that movie is kind of carried by people really loving the Joker. Like,
yeah.
And because maybe I'm not a Joker fan, and especially Heath Ledger's, while I think it's great for the Nolan universe and it works within the confines of that movie, it's not what I'm used to. So I guess as a comic book Joker purist, if you will, to some degree, I don't care for it that much. So.
And Bane not being Hispanic.
Yeah. I need my Lucha Libre mask, so.
Yep.
That shot with the flare is phenomenal. Let's be real.
He could literally just look the exact same, and if he had just been Spanish, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
I feel that. Let's be real. The Joker movie was just a movie. They put the clown makeup on the trick nerds into watching it. I honestly think that's like, I don't think that's a bad, would you call that psychological thriller? What would you call that movie? The Joker.
I haven't seen that one yet, but from what I understand, that's what it would be.
I watched it randomly one day out of pure boredom, and I'll never watch it again because I thought it was fucking boring. I don't think it's a bad movie. I'm never watching it again. Just was boring to me. So, yeah. I thought they were talking about giving another potential Joker movie. I'm not watching that. Bane was dope until I realized he was pussy. His performance was overblown because of him dying. Still great though. The last Joker movie was dope. I don't know. It wasn't. Glad when you see it, let me know.
Yeah.
And maybe watch it whenever you get around to it. I don't care if that's 3 years down the line. Just let me know when you see it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like the transition, because I think the scene that really hit for me too, like with that flare scene, is he puts his hand out. The first person that grabs it is the boy who lost his father or whatever at the beginning of the movie, right? Because obviously, like him and Batman and Bruce make eye contact a few times. So I like that it's like. The innocent child puts his faith in the Batman, which then now the new mayor-elect also is the second one. And it's like now the city in some degree can have faith in the idea and the concept of the Batman, and that's how he
starts off shitting on him.
Exactly. That's why I think it's a really good scene. Like I thought it was like I noticed that was a really, really good touch. By the way, I remember what I was trying to tell you on Discord the other day, where my mind went full comic book mode and I immediately reined it in. So when he stabbed himself with the adrenaline shot, I'm like Venom. Oh, that's not Venom, bro.
That's what you thought?
I don't know why. I'm so fast. I'm like, yo, I'm like, bro, no, it's not. Relax over there. First of all, you're too like, I don't know what happened to my brain the first time I watched that movie, but I got so how did you stab himself with the Venom?
Batman using Venom is like, yo, wait a minute.
I'm like, yeah. So. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. I could not, for the love of God, what the fuck was the moment where I went full comic book geek for like half a second and went, wait, bro, calm down. So, the last movie was boring, but Hulk, we finished did a good job. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he acted his ass off, and people kept going to that one like staircase in Brooklyn to like do those fucking videos.
Yeah.
That's how people felt about this Batman. They were calling it boring.
Well, it's young. That's because cinema is dead, and you can thank the MCU for that. That's why people are saying that.
They want him to be cracking jokes the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
People have to understand that Batman's only funny because he's overly serious in a situation where other people are not as you have a lot of cats. You know, like that's like it's like his thing. But solid end of the movie. I think they set up a lot of good things. Like what I really like is like when the dust settles in the water, like it goes out or whatever. I think by that point, Cobblepot will have established his faction. I don't know if they're gonna have like a black mask running around or other people are gonna. Because usually it's after like the Falcone and the Maroni family's gone, like the kind of more like syndicate mafias are gone. That's when the random like super villains start to like really create their little factions in Gotham. You know, Joker Nation, or if you want to call them.
I would love. I've said this before, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. But this was the original plan for this movie because it was originally going to be a Ben Affleck solo movie, and it was going to be him versus Deathstroke. Please, please, I want Deathstroke so bad.
What about what's the actor that was playing him in the final scene of the Justice League Snyder Cut version? Because I think he looks phenomenal in that suit.
Joe Manganiello is his name.
I don't even care if they just use him. Please, just use him. Like he looks so fucking good in that scene when Lex tells him Bruce Wayne is Batman. He's like, okay, we got something to toast. I would love a Deathstroke and Batman live action movie. I got Teen Titans, not moving me. We got Slade, Teen Titans, not moving me. Some stuff in some cartoon episodes, it's cool, you know. But like a live action, I don't got that. I need that. So yeah,
because if they have Deathstroke versus Batman, like the hands are going to be elite.
Yes,
because if they're not, then everybody's going to throw a fit.
Yeah. But I find it strange to call this Batman boring, but I understand it because, like you said, this is actually Batman. So like, because me and my friend always talk about like when you're making movies like this and you have to like make money and you have to get the general populace to like really really be into it, you gotta do certain things. And like this to me was like,
it was so cerebral and engaging the whole time, especially with how like intelligent he is figuring out all these fucking riddles and clues. It's like. It's pure noir cinema.
Yeah.
Like, how can you, like, it's like these people, well, again, most people haven't seen all these noir cinemas because they're fucking watching all these dumbass action movie blockbusters.
Yeah. Yeah, I really, really like the part with that one. I don't remember, I call it the drop head. The drop head, I think he was a lawyer. The one that,
yeah.
So, like, what I really liked about that scene is when Batman just like how much did it cost to fucking bribe? Like he just knew, you know, like he just knew all the answers. Like, and then he's like, I do kind of respect him in a way that he actually sacrificed his own life to let it not come to light that Falcone was like the La Rata. Yep. He's like, nah, this is bigger than me. I kind of respect that, all things considered. Yep. He went out like I could. That was cool of him. That was dope.
Ironically, that actor played the main villain in the Green Lantern movie. That was bad.
He was Sinestro?
No, he was Parallax. He was like the big giant fucking Yellow Lantern energy.
Oh, you're right. Because the end of the movie, Sinestro is the ring. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I went full like
Sinestro
animated.
is the main villain from Shazam. That's what he is.
What?
Yep. It's I think his name's Jeremy Strong. I think that's his name.
What?
Yup.
Okay. Whatever. You would take Ra's al Ghul over Deathstroke, to be honest. The only reason why I say I'm not mad at that. Only reason why I say no is solely because I already saw it. I want something new. What's up, Zodiac? Like I would love to see Lady Shiva. I know I'm not getting that, but I just love to see.
If we see Lady Shiva, then Bruce is gonna get his ass whooped.
Yeah, I need her to mix. I need her to pull up and mix him, mix the fuck out of him the first time, embarrass him. Like I need that, bro. By the way, I noticed that the half face colored guy at the beginning of the movie with the crowd.
Yeah.
He plays I think Tim Drake in the Titans.
Oh, okay.
He looks like Sid from Ice Age to me because the eyes are really far apart though. But
hilarious.
But I agree with MCU spoiling people, because I went to Tinkle after the movie. And this one guy was talking to me, basically saying I don't like the DC movies because blah blah yada yada, and I set him straight, and I left the bathroom. I wasn't trying to talk in the bathroom about this, but I do think the style of MCU is much more palatable for most people. But it personally, as a comic book fan and someone who doesn't care for those kind of jokes, because I really think those jokes especially work and hit on the first watch, but on a rewatch, they're not funny and they're just in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. Like DC movies, to me, in my opinion, for the ones that I like at least, I think they have a better rewatch value. Because I still think some stuff is funny in those movies. Maybe not on purpose, but like
I heavily agree with that. The amount of times I've rewatched Man of Steel
Yeah.
compared to the amount of times I've watched MCU movies is ridiculous.
yeah, because I was watching with my girlfriend and I always laugh at the part where Perry White is like he goes to Clark's death. He's like, Jenny, where does he go? Like he's like, where does this guy fucking go? Where is he? And he fucking clicks his heels 3 times and heads back to Smallville. I don't know why. I laugh every time. Or like when he's like, crime wave in Gotham. Other news, water wet. Do you have the fucking report I asked for you? I laugh every time he does that. So, as an Arab man, I was just salty with the first movie because they can't at least use someone who can say the name right. I'm sorry, bro. You know what time it is. DC films are solid. Justice League and Wonder Woman 2 were not good though. I disagree if you're talking about the Zack Snyder cut. I think it's good. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's flawless. I think it's a good movie. The Josh Whedon one.
Snyder Cut's like 7 out of 10 movies. Like it's just
And I'm okay with that. Like that's fine for me. For me, I'll be real. It's my favorite superhero movie probably, but I don't think it's the best one. It's my favorite because I got a lot of what I needed. So
I will say my favorite scene in this Batman movie is when he comes up the elevator shaft and it's dark, and then you only see him when the guns are shooting and he's beating the shit out of all these dudes.
Oh,
that
great!
scene was fucking dope.
What do you think of Jim Gordon in this movie? How do you like him?
I like him.
I was very impressed.
I don't know if I would take him. I can't remember the actor's name for Nolan verse, but I don't know if I'd take him over that Jim Gordon because that version of Jim Gordon was also very good.
Yeah, he's good. I don't remember his name though. Someone in the chat. Do you know the actor's name for the one in Nolan's universe? I know it's J.K. Simons or Simmons for the Zack Snyder one.
Yeah,
Spider-Man. But
yeah, the guy that plays in the Nolanverse, like he's just a generally very good actor anyway.
Yeah, he's probably the best one. I don't know if he's my favorite, but he's probably my best one because I think like if this Jim Gordon sticks around, let's just say for whatever reason we get 3 movies, I would like to give him a chance to be Commissioner Gordon, you know?
Facts.
And then I could
because we had to do the same thing with the other guys too. God, I need to look up his name.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember.
So yeah,
because he was just a captain in Batman Begins too, if I remember correctly.
Oh shit. Zack Snyder version, but yeah, I agree with that. MC movies aren't actually funny. Some of their actors are charming and they pretend that they're saying something funny and people buy. I kind of agree with that. I think they have like a certain way of delivering, but also like personally speaking, I think it's the Disney format. Because if I watch like a Disney Lion King remake or live action remake or just a Disney something or like Star Wars or a Marvel movie, I generally find the humor to be the exact fucking same across the board.
Gary Oldman is his name.
Okay.
There we go.
Y'all say that his skills as a fighter aren't that honed in this movie, right? Then I need some leadership. Yeah, because like in this movie, it's Batman's second year as Batman. And if you ever read like year 1 and stuff, he fucks up his first rooftop jump. He does not make it.
Yep.
He fucks up and falls in the trash. like I like that because you know how a lot of these DC writers and movie and stuff, they're trying to kind of portray Batman as like perfect. I could respect them after a certain amount of time. And when he's a veteran established, they don't really want to make him look incompetent. But I do like them showing him having to go through his his lashings, the trials and tribulations of donning the cape and having to mess up. So what I really love, I actually like this scene a lot. I do hope that he eventually just uses the actual cape to fly. But I like that he had a literal had to like turn his thing into a literal wingsuit to like glide down.
I was like,
and he fucking hit the thing, and he like fucked up his hip.
I like that he hit the thing, but I was like, man, why the fuck you got a wingsuit? Just use the cape. That pissed me off because the problem with me was he had these super high tech like contact lenses that he had, and like the way he had his grappling hook like attach and detach from his hand and shit. I was like, you don't have the cape fucking using as a hang glider yet, but I like it's just a minor nitpick because I'm like, what the fuck? I just use the cape. Because I wanted the shot in the movie of him gliding out with the cape, but the wingsuit and the parachute was not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
But I do like him crashing and be like, that may have been the first time he's ever just jumped off a building because when he jumped up to the top, he had to like stop and like breathe in, like holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he was kind of, okay, here we go. Like, hope this works. Like almost like that.
Yep.
Sorry. Disney is like McDonald's to me. I know it's not the greatest thing ever, but I still need it. If you talk about Disney in general, sure, because I like Disney's animated stuff for the most part, so I feel that. But otherwise, Suicide Squad wasn't good. Yeah, Suicide Squad was bad. Birds of Prey was bad too. I will say that like, as a very stupid, dumb popcorn flick, I didn't have a problem with Birds of Prey. I think it's a 6 out of 10 movie. It's not good, but like, I watched it and left them like, oh, that's fun. It's ass though, and I moved on. And they butchered Cassandra Cain. That's horrible. What they did there. That's just not right, bro. Can't do that to Cassandra Cain, my nigga. But yeah, Joni, when he failed to get on the bus, I really like that too. But like, I think I like that his gadgets are like not fully developed. They're like his Batmobile is trash still.
His Batarang is literally his bat symbol on his chest,
and that's the gun that killed his parents, right? Is that someone told me that he fashioned it out of the gun that murdered his parents and he put it in his suit? I don't know if that's true though. I didn't fact check that.
I have never heard that before.
Okay, so maybe I don't know if I made that up, but that's what I heard. So I like that. Like to me, the wingsuit to me is a symbolic of him not having polished all the things he needs yet, and like you said, no batarangs and whatnot. The reason why I'm okay with the high tech contact lenses is I shouldn't even say that. I do believe, from what I can tell, that no. There's FaceTime. This movie is supposed to be like kind of now.
Yeah.
So I think certain things having that technological whatever it has made sense. So maybe that didn't bother me because
I didn't have a problem with them having it. It was more so, if you have this, why can't you glide with the cape?
Because I think that's a different animal. Like that's like physics and stuff like that. It's more than it's just like electronics or technology. Like I think that's a different beast. So it didn't particularly bother me. But I understand what you were saying, though, because even my one friend was like, I don't want that one. So I was like, it was cool to me. So I just want to see improvement. As long as I see the improvement, I'm absolutely cool with it. Hold on. Only MC movie I watched since Endgame is Spider-Man, and I am not planning on watching it again because I have my Spider-Man goggles on, and I am not afraid. Listen, I think the third Spider-Man movie is a very okay film, 7 out of 10. I think Endgame's ass, and I haven't watched anything else. I haven't watched any WandaVision, or I almost said Vision. What the fuck? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I didn't care for that. Whatever else it did. Eternals, Inhumans. I'm just not moved by any of that. I don't care. I kept thinking someone's gonna catch onto the contact lenses. Yeah, I feel that. But even when he like brought his stuff out so Selena could like infiltrate, it's like he had to be in close proximity. You know how like Affleck's Alfred, he could just like take remote control of the Batplane and stuff from the cave. Think that like level of range and stuff will come too, but I also think that he's gonna have to properly reestablish his company, get more wealth, so he can spend more money in order to make what he's making. I think he's
the Wayne stuff has to come into a huge way in the second movie if they do one.
Yeah. What did you think about Andy Serkis's Alfred? Granted,
I think he was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't there that much.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say, granted, not too much screen time, not too much presence. Absolutely, perfectly solid and serviceable. I do like him. Least favorite Alfred. Least favorite live action. I like
including Keaton.
Who?
Including Keaton's Alfred. I don't remember the actor's name.
Honestly, I don't remember those movies at all. I can't judge that. I have to rewatch that. I'll have to rewatch that, and I don't want to. So
you're talking about versus Jeremy Irons and
Jeremy Irons is my favorite.
Caine.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Jeremy Irons is my favorite. I don't think the other old guy went for I think he's probably the best one in a lot of ways. I really do. I like Jeremy Irons because like he's mad sarcastic. He's microsarcastic, he's rude, and I really like that that scene where one woman's making the tea and he's so concerned, like, you're gonna scald it, put this first, and like he's like a butler, but he's still like, and
fucking the tea up.
And then when he poured the tea and he had to like the teacup rising up like as the water was. I'm like, bro, he's a butler, like it's clean, like that's my Alfred, Jeremy Irons. He's my favorite personally.
Honestly, I'd probably say I think it would go him, Caine, then Serkis, but I think all three are good. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
say
thing.
anything
I don't
like
think
that.
I don't think any of them are bad. So, yeah. Let me see. WandaVision was excellent. Loki was good. I forgot about Loki. Not watching that though. I don't care what any of that shit.
Owls?
Fact. I don't care about any of that shit. Court of Owls. Court of Owls. What?
For the second movie,
No, we're not getting that.
I don't know if we're ever gonna
It's
get
too
Court
early.
of Owls
It's too early.
for the.
Too early.
I highly doubt we're getting Court of Owls for this Batman.
Plus,
it
we're
might-
getting it in Gotham Knights. They don't like to
Yes.
overlap those type of storyline things on like to say like they don't like to overlap because even remember the Long Halloween they delayed that movie because they thought Matt Reeves was gonna kind of really do it, but he changed shit up. So
Yeah.
I think the Court of Owls would have to come honestly with a larger, more established Bat family too. I don't think it works the same without them, honestly. And
think-
he
I
has
think
to
Court of
care
Owls
about the
need-
Wayne stuff too because the Waynes are kind of
Yeah.
part of the founding family. But the Court of Owls have been in Gotham from like even before then.
And we already kind of got that with the Waynes and the Arkhams
Yes.
having like sort of a checkered past in this movie anyway. Plus, like, and Naya's right. Like, you need bare minimum a Nightwing and a Robin.
Yeah.
For Court of Owls to happen.
You know,
They did tease Bloodhaven in this movie with
yes,
one line at the
she
end.
said she'd go to Bloodhaven. You know.
Every time I saw that part of the movie, and she said, "I'll go to Bloodhaven," I was like, "Don't go there. It's worse than Gotham. Don't go there."
Worse than Gotham, if not. Well, just yeah. So, but I'm trying to think. What was I gonna say? Damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. But ultimately, this was a great movie. Oh, I want to still talk about a little bit about Jim Gordon. I forgot. I like that part where they're both grilling Cobblepot. That was good.
Oh yeah, great scene.
I love that. I don't know what it is like. What I honestly really need. I don't know if they're ever gonna do like a Batman year one or whatever. I want to know how they started their relationship because it seems like he's the only one in the GCPD that fucks with Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
I
I
would love
want
to see
I want to see that rapport and how it started because I really liked their like little buddy cop thing. I was messing with it. I really was. Like I loved it. I really did. I liked it. It was moving me. And like you said about the young Batman still having some things to work on, I really like that in the scene where he gets captured after the bomb explodes, and he's like chill, whatever, chill. And after he's like, I got you for assaulting 2 officers. He said, make that 3. I said, nigga, calm down. He said, yo, you could charge me for 3. I'm beating your ass too.
Literally, it wasn't even that. He said, I got to you for assaulting an officer, just 1. And he's like, you could give me for 3.
Yeah.
2 more.
I was like, yo, that's young man rage. Rein that in, bro.
And I was watching that scene, and I remembered the Nolan verse, where people tried to take this mask off, and it would shock them whenever they did.
Mm.
That's the first thing I thought of when they went for that mask. Like, that mask don't got shit on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the Court of Owls will only work on a TV series in its 5th season. Why? I'm just curious why you specified the 5th season. Just that's the only reason. Like
that season would have to have a big ass budget.
Yeah. But I'm not against seeing the Court of Owls one day on the big screen because I think out of the newer Batman storylines, it's one of the better ones, and I understand why people like it a lot. I like it. It's one of the very few things in the New 52 that was moving me. So.
You'd have to have like an MCU style thing for DC movies at that point to even make that work. Mm-hmm. I feel like.
Do we know what DC is doing with this extended universe?
I gotta know. I feel like it's just like, hey, we're just making a bunch of movies now, and it's just DC related. Okay. I think that's really it.
Because we spoke about it a little bit too. Because I only know this from watching the movie.
Yeah,
there's the Flash. I think Flash and Michael Keaton have some multiverse shit going on. You said this Shazam movie. No, sorry.
Black Adam.
Sorry, Black Adam.
I think they're just making Black Adam a good guy. I think. I can't tell.
Okay.
Like, that's what it seems like from the. It seems like Dr. Fate is
and Aquaman.
Yeah. Dr. Fate literally in that trailer was like, "Hey, Black Adam, team up with us. We have so much to show you and shit like that." I'm like,
they said Flash and delay.
Okay.
Huh? Okay. Well. I do want a good Flash movie on screen, but I don't know what to do with that. But I was curious because I think Matt Reeves should probably make his own Batman contained universe. I would do that. But I feel like DC in a weird way wants to connect everything, or at least make it possible. With like, because I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you actually you might not know this because even I found this by complete accident. But there's a scene where I believe in maybe the Flash TV show where he meets Ezra Miller's Flash.
I knew that happened. I
Okay.
didn't know that happened.
And also, did you know they connected to Smallville too? The Lex Luthor from, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a Crisis of Infinite Earth things, but that Lex Luthor goes to the Smallville version.
I know that they did have a Crisis event
Crossover
for the
thing,
for the CW shows. I did not know that Smallville was a part of that.
I think they want to do the thing where it's just like every universe, while it can be self-contained, can possibly cross over at any point if we need to. Because personally speaking, I would. Huh?
No, keep going. I'll say it was like a joke.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate, I guess, seeing Robert Pattinson in like Injustice style. I know Zack Snyder was so horny to get to Injustice. Let's just say hypothetically that would happen, and I don't know something happened
or something akin to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him because remember, to stop Superman, they get Superman from a parallel universe to beat his ass. So you could flip that to some degree, maybe with like getting another Batman. Like, I wouldn't bother me. So yeah.
If that's the case, DC, I want you to chuck the Deathstroke from the Snyderverse into Reeves' verse, please. I don't care how you have to do it. Make it happen.
And I'm sure everybody wants to get rid of the Lex in the DCEU. I don't remember his name.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Michael Cera? No, that's not his name.
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yes. Oddly enough, I don't know if I've ever told you that his Lex didn't bother me. I understand why no one likes it, but it didn't bother me. Did I ever tell you why?
For me, I always look at it like, I don't know if you've ever told me why, but for me, I always look at that like Jesse's a great actor, but I just don't think the role works for him in this case.
Yes, I totally agree with
that.
But
I don't know if I think that's what it is.
Flash was in delay hell, and that was in 2014 as it dropped. Wasn't there a trailer recently for it though? Or am I jumping that?
Yeah.
Up? Okay.
But there was like, I remember at one portion of it, I think there was like two other flashes behind him. So it's for sure some Speed Force stuff.
Okay. I just want a season for the first two Robins and at least one with the Red Hood. Then you can just go on. Okay, I got you. I always thought that a Smallville type show for Batman would be interesting. Batman and Spider-Man are two superhero things that kind of show would work for. I think you
could do essentially a live action version of Spectacular Spider-Man, like the animated show.
I was just we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength, bro. I was just about to say that shit. I was just about to say that shit, bro. We're on the same wavelength on that. Because I thought for some degree Gotham was going to do it, because obviously Gotham, Smallville, but nah.
Too much of a prequel of Gotham.
Yeah. So.
That show was like...
yeah. But, yeah, this Jim Gordon was good. I really like Nigma. Andy Serkis did fine as Alfred. He was good. Robert Pattinson's Batman is really good. I love the young Batman. Really he did great. He looks good. He needs to upgrade the suit. Zoe Kravitz, I think she was perfectly serviceable, did her job. I have no issues with her. I actually think she looks really good in her like leather suit, whatever.
Yeah.
My girlfriend said she needs to work on her catwalk though. I don't know what a good catwalk looks like, so I can't comment on that. Go ahead.
I wouldn't be mad if she doesn't show up again in another movie, because I feel like there's not much else to do with the character.
Unless you want to really reintroduce her as like his love interest or whatever or something like that.
Because I don't feel like she has to be.
I've personally always been Team Talia, so.
We may have to fight over that one, but
really? Over Selena?
Yeah, I like Selena more. That's just.
I think it depends, but I don't know. I'm Talia. I would listen.
Yeah, well, I mean, Talia got the titties and the ass.
I need it.
Selena's not but I think that the one character we will get recurring a lot on the villain side is Penguin for sure.
Yes.
I get the feeling Colin Farrell's going to be in every movie. That's my.
We spoke about this. We think that he's always good enough to be there and be like a secondary villain or whatever, or like even just someone you go to talk to, like, why is this happening in Gotham? Whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't. I don't think Penguin could carry his own movie. I would be interested to see someone try maybe, but I don't think it's possible. And I'm not. And I don't really care to see. Actually, I lie. I don't care to see that. I just lied to 4K for no reason. I don't want to see that. Keep that. But yes, 8.5 for me. I think it was a really good movie. If they continue it, I want to see all the gadgets improve, the suit improve, the combat improve. I want his mentality to improve. But I just love the slow burn, Ivy drip, detective work. Noir style like that. Just like detective comics,
felt like I was
Batman.
Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Felt like specifically like the year one. It felt like I was reading a year one style Frank Miller comic of Batman mixed in with like portions of Long Halloween's plot. That's what it felt like I was watching.
Precisely. I want to think if there's anything I forgot to mention that I want to talk about. The riddles were good. I like. I really I laugh every time when the Riddler's like, "Thanks, God, hey everyone, thanks for the support."
What this community is meant to me.
Like, why are you talking like a YouTuber? Shit is so funny to me. Like that was so good, and
Dude,
I
because
really
he's got,
like.
500 followers.
Yeah.
It's like,
And I'm like, he's got really like create like a little like splinter cells incel group type thing. But I really love at the end when he's like, "Yo, Batman, I'm not giving you too much credit. You didn't figure it out, did you?" I'm like, "Oh no." But Colin Farrell's Penguin is good. I like it a lot. I thought he was good. I just like Falcone.
Falcone was good. I actually like that actor. He's been in a ton of shit. The thing I remember him most is because I watched the Michael Bay Transformer '07 movie a lot as a kid because I didn't know what quality was at that time.
It's okay. It's
But
okay. We
he
all had that
plays-
movie.
He plays a federal agent in that movie, and I loved his character in that movie. It was funny as fuck. So when I saw him in this, I was like, "Oh my god, it's my guy!"
I think
he's been in a ton of shit. I don't remember the actor's name, but he's.
I don't know who he is, but I thought he was good. Like he was really calm and cool, kind of suave, mafioso type. Like I really thought he was really dope. I liked him a lot, and I always like diving into like the Maroni and Falcone factions and things of that nature. That was really good. The last thing that I guess I want to say, damn it, I had it. Come on, brain.
John Turturro. That's his. He's been in a lot of stuff.
John.
And they had a little reference to Long Halloween / Year One in that too, where Selena scratches his face and when they're
yes,
and then he has it up until the point he gets like shot and stuff.
Yes. Oh, I remember now. I genuinely like. I know like Batman and like these superhero stories have been around for many years, especially like a Batman Superman. Is Superman on his 80th year yet? I know they both passed. I think they passed 75 if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you have many writers, many different mediums, many interpretations. So things happen differently, but they're the same, or like the minutia or the events might be different, but the outcome is similar. Like Smallville, I would argue Clark was probably in a spaceship for a year or two because he's a baby when they put him in it, and when he meets Martha and Jonathan, he looks like he's at least 2 or 3. He's walking. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you like watch Man of Steel, he lands there as a baby, right?
Yeah.
But same outcome. Krypton blew up. His parents saved them, shipped him off, blah, blah, blah. I actually like when they don't make his parents perfect. So he has to find out that as much as he respected and admired his father and he thought his father was like the Boy Scout squeaky clean, he was willing in the right circumstances to do something a little underhanded. I actually like that because it forces him to look at his father honestly. And think about how he has to tackle his own legacy and his generation as a Wayne. Go ahead.
I think in some cases they go a little bit too far with the Waynes, but I think this one it was perfect where he was willing to do a shady deal, but he didn't want anybody to die.
Yes,
like that's where I think that was like the perfect amount.
Yes, like he's still a good man, but that doesn't mean every action he took was righteous. You know.
Speaking of that scene with Alfred and Bruce, that was probably the best scene with Bruce and Alfred in the movie.
I agree.
Is when they're talking to each other about his dad.
He was a good man. Right. Yep. So, yes. So So like, I want to say that. Like, I do agree with you. Like, I don't go too far and make them complete villains or bad people or whatever. Because then it almost like, not to say justifies, but it's like, well, like you kind of killed some rich assholes. Like, you know, like it doesn't move. Is it hit the same? So, and then to make it like no, it was more to protect Martha. I'm like, that's interesting. Oh, and now I remember the other thing. I just reminded me the other thing. With her being like crazy, I'm like, Joker, Flashpoint. I went there. I did. I went there briefly. I did. I won't lie to you.
Enough. I hate you.
I went there briefly. I can't lie to you. So, but yeah, honestly, if you haven't watched the movie yet, I do recommend it. I'll go see it once or wait for it to come out pirated. Do what you gotta do. I don't care. But I think it's good. I really think it is, like, objectively, if I'm being impartial or moving my personal whatever, I think it's the best live action Batman movie they made. So very, very, very well done. Any final words you want to say on the Batman movie before we transition into some comic talk?
That Batman theme is on replay damn near every day at this point. That shit is goated.
I'm gonna have to ride around in the whip in that.
Bro, it's raw. There's because you know the
But I'm like stupid. Like I'll start like I'll listen to that and like come out the car and be like, I'm vengeance to the first person I see. Go ahead. No. What are you gonna say?
there's like a portion of that theme where it's like, okay, this is like Bruce Wayne's the part of the theme, and then there's a second portion of it where it's like, okay, this is Batman. I love it. It's like 6 minutes long. Love that theme. Giacchino's score is great. I'll say it again, but great movie.
Yeah. Okay, so what you been reading, brother? Comic book wise, we're comic book section people.
Since it has been since December,
yeah.
And the last thing I had read was Ronan Island, and
that was not moving you.
Ronan Island was not moving me. Mecha you did.
Yes.
That was the. But since then, I have read 7 volumes of the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle run.
At 11, right?
There is. I will check my Amazon. I believe there's one releasing in the summer. Let me see, because it has Alopex on the front of it. There is books there. There are 14,
okay,
including the one that's coming out.
I've
read. I had a. I'll get the list first, then we can go into specifics.
Okay.
I reread all of Bone by Jeff Smith. If you haven't read that, that's a classic for anybody. I highly recommend that one. I read Year One, Long Halloween, Dark Knight Returns. I've read 3 volumes of Dan Abnett's run of Aquaman.
Okay.
I read the first volume of Greg Rucka's run on Wonder Woman. I read all of the Death and Return of Superman trilogy, including the 5th one of Doomsday.
Yeah, I own those.
Yep. I read all of Low, and I read all of East of West and Black Sun.
Woo!
Yeah. So, first thing, because you asked, you want to speak on Turtles first, right?
Yeah, I mean, first I actually once I don't remember if I asked you this. Man told me my brain is trash. My memory sucks. I smoke too much, but I really like my memory's not that good. Like, because I think some people give me too much credit with things like a One Piece Tower Gobbler or whatever. Like, I revisit the material a lot. That's why I remember it. If I did not revisit the material and talk about it and ponder on it all the time, I would not remember what I'm remembering. Because you could tell with Wano. I don't remember shit because I don't care. I don't reread Wano. So I don't remember nothing, right? So yeah. But what is like? Are you like a Ninja Turtles fan? Like, do you fuck with the Turtles? Like, have you like watched like the multiple cartoons, play the games, yada yada? Like, are you a Turtles guy?
No.
Okay.
Turtles casual is what I'd say before I started reading. Like, I knew things about Turtles. I'd played a couple games, watched a couple movies, watched a couple shows.
I love the games the most. Like the Ninja games.
Haven't watched a show, movie, or played a game in at least 5 years.
I watched the Michael Bay ones. I won't lie to you.
I did watch the first Michael Bay one. I never watched the second one.
And the old one, go ninjas, go.
I've never watched the old Turtles movies where they're in the suits.
I love those. I had fun.
I've never seen them before.
I had fun.
People hype them up all the time.
I'll watch them with you if you want to watch them. I had fun.
Yeah. We could do that, yeah, for sure. But my main thing as a kid for me was always Transformers.
Okay.
And that has stuck with me my whole life. Like that is my shit. Love me some Autobots and Decepticons, baby. That's my that's my shit. I've watched every single one of those Michael Bay movies, and even if they are trash, I even watched Bumblebee. So that's how dedicated to that.
Yeah, Bumblebee did his own movie. Hey.
Yep, and that was actually better than the majority of those Bay movies. Unironic.
Okay.
But anyway, so when I
favorite
started
turtle?
reading this, Leonardo is my favorite.
I'm a Raph guy. Go ahead though.
Yeah, but I will say, good thing for both of us, because when I started reading this, I'd seen artwork of it and I knew it was critically acclaimed, and I had put it off for a while before I read it. This shit's good. This shit is just like, this is legitimately good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of science stuff in there. I didn't expect to see mysticism in Turtles, which this has, especially in regards to Splinter and the Turtles themselves and a lot of the Foot Clan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Leonardo, Raphael, and Splinter are all very good characters. Michelangelo and Donatello they have good moments, and I think they're ascending too.
Mm-hmm.
Shredder's a great villain. But I think the most impressive thing about this run to me is General Krang is fucking raw in this comic book.
I can't believe it.
I don't know how it happened, but he's out here being a tactician, a semi-good ruler, a semi-good general, and he's boxing with motherfuckers. He's throwing hands 1v1 with Shredder and has Shredder on the back foot.
Jeez.
And
so he's moving?
He is moving, bro. He's even there's one like origin comic just for him, and he's killing motherfuckers with a stick outside of the suit that he's in. He's just his
Jeez.
brain self. Just it's raw. And there's a couple other side characters too. There's like Raph has a fox love interest, and she's pretty interesting so far. They haven't really done much with her yet, but I know she gets expanded on more later. And there's some side plot stuff going on with like Casey and April, and there's some mystical game being played in the background of their lives, also shit. And there's some pretty interesting twists and turns about what's happening. And I'll say too, Bebop and Rocksteady, they're not jokes in it. These two dudes, they are scary. Like they're joke around and they're dumb, but oh my god, can they beat the shit out of people? Like it is ridiculous how like they don't like they're like fucking One Piece characters with how much damage they take. It's just dumb how tanky they are. like if you ever get a chance, it's written by Kevin Eastman originally and another guy, and they were actually the people who made the Turtles up in their original comic before they became a TV show. They literally invented these characters back in the 80s, and this is just another chance for them to do it again. And then it went down the line. It's like they formed a creative team around it, a couple of writers, and they all interchanged. Now the current lead is it's a transgender man. I don't remember her name, but she became the current lead on the upcoming volume that just came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah, it's 7 volumes in. I'm thoroughly impressed. Okay. And I have 8 and 9 literally sitting on my shelf. I just haven't.
You actually like made me want to read it more, only because I thought maybe you were like a big Ninja Turtles fan. Not to say that that would make it like I like generally speaking, like I just do like I will like you are one of the few people that like I definitely respect your opinion and stuff and everything, right? Like you, Simi, Vince, a couple of those people, right? So like, but like you be telling me you're kind of just like a. Kind of like me, like a passing enthusiast, right? Like but you really enjoying it. I think that does a lot for me because I generally enjoy Ninja Turtles the most when I'm playing like a 4-player beat 'em up with my friends,
Yep.
Oh, my toe, like back in the day.
I'd say like if you're a Raph fan, you'll like the first volume. Like half the first volume is just about. Honestly, it's centered around Raphael. I won't say how. Okay. But he is very important in the first volume.
Okay, I love that. And Ninja Turtles is also one of those things where, like, it's not to say like I wouldn't read it because of that, but I understand it's a bit of a generational thing that constantly gets remixed, reworked, reincarnated for different audiences, a la Scooby-Doo, right? So, I always say that in some ways my generation of TMNT. When it came out with Turtles counted 1, 2, 3, 4 turtles, not the.
Ironically, I was an OG cartoon guy. I was like,
that's the best cartoon one for me, in my opinion. I think when the other one came out on Foxbox or 4Kids, whatever, I actually was annoyed with like the traveling to the future and mysticism. All that. I didn't like that. It wasn't moving me. So I thought my generation kind of ruined it. Maybe I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't know how well it did. I thought it was like bad.
I'd actually say with the it's sort of like how it's OG style with that cartoon's subject matter.
Okay,
is what I'd say it's like. Okay, it's very much a fusion of the two, which I think makes sense because it's
the rap's my favorite.
I think the authors are named original authors are. I think it's like Peter Laird and.
Is Casey Jones in that? You see Casey Jones in April.
Casey Jones and April are both in it.
April's my second favorite character.
They are both very important. Okay. I'd actually say Casey more so than April so far, but.
Yeah, I just had to say that like definitely I want to check it out more as a result of that, and because I know the new Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game comes out this year, and me and my friends cannot wait. I'm about to go crazy with April O'Neil hitting niggas with the mic and the camera. They're about to get their ass beat. I can't wait, but. I've never disliked at all Ninja Turtles in any capacity. Just not something that moved me to that degree. Bonjour, mon coeur. Like it just, so. But you saying that, like now that I know that you're not like a super stan and you're just trying to get me to like get into it, like okay, I'm definitely gonna check it out like a lot.
Like I got like the first volume and I was like, okay, I like this. Then I kept reading like 2, 3. I would like if you can get from volume 1 to volume 6. If you can get to volume 6 is like the payoff. Of everything from the past 5 volumes in terms of the collected edition. Oh my god. That final fight in volume 6. Oh my god.
That's the artwork's clean everything too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's different artists
That's fine.
because it's collecting the different runs essentially into one collection of that.
Yeah.
There's one particular art style. I don't remember the artist's name, but that once when you get to this one, if I ever like see you post about it, I'll tell you which one. But it's the one of the main fight. I don't know if anybody's seen my Twitter or me tweeting out pictures of this, but there's eventually a fight where the four of them fight Shredder at the end of Volume 6. That art style is my favorite so far.
Okay. I grew up on 2000 Teenage Ninja Turtle reruns and 2010 cartoon at the same time, so even if it's bad, I might read it. I forgot to mention the newest one where they made them all look like a lot. I guess with the Michael Bay movie, they tried to give them a bit more personality by styling themselves. So I think like Donatello's like the goggles, and whatever. Raphael's always the buffest one. It's like the buffer one now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is not like that.
'Cause
there's like height variations and skin tone variations.
Okay, because even like remember that really new one that like had that one episode just went full like anime, and they're just fighting like going crazy super speed. Like I think April like black in that one.
I haven't seen that.
I think it's the newest incarnation. Like I've just like Google. Actually, I guess I should do my job.
Isn't it like some chibi looking shit too?
I think it was like I don't remember if it was chibi, but I don't even remember what it was called. But I'm gonna just look it up and see if I can put it on screen here. New
art style.
TMNT. I don't think
because I've seen the Black April.
Okay, I think maybe you're right. But I'm gonna put it on screen just for a second here. I have it here. I did not mean to click that. Oh my god. Yeah, because like Raph looks like almost like Knuckles from like friggin' Sonic Boom, like this big meathead and ass. You know, I'm big, strong man. I angry. But this one.
That Weekly's right eye is red on the stream. Okay, yeah, I've seen this art style before, but
yeah. So like
they
do this.
Like
that's why I say like it's one of those things that I know they constantly reform for varying generations and whatnot. So like, but this is not moving me. But that like random fight scene I saw the context, it was cool. It was clean. So.
Raph being Raph's supposed to be Wolverine. He's supposed to be edgy and small. He's not supposed to be the Hulk.
Yeah, but I think they want, because I think like to me in a lot of ways, like obviously Donatello's the smartest. Leonardo's balance. He's everything. Like he's a balance. Mikey, I don't remember, honestly. I don't know.
He's supposed to be like the jokey family guy.
Yeah, but like really sometimes people tell me like he has the potential to be the best because nunchuck's the hardest weapon. I don't know if that's true, but physically Raphael is like all like power and like fighting and whatnot, but he's not, because he's so angry though.
I will say there is a one-shot connected or sort of connected to this, written by the same author. It's called The Last Turtle, where it's all three of the brothers are dead, and there's one left over, and he's trying to avenge them against the Foot Clan because the Foot Clan's taken over, and you don't know who the last brother is, so you have to sort of figure it out by the time you're reading it. And I think by the end it's revealed that Michelangelo is the one that lives. Oh. But he's using literally like all their weapons and shit.
Yeah.
So I haven't read this, but I've heard it's a thing that's existed, and it's kind of got my interest, but not really. So if you're interested in sort of like an Injustice version of Turtles, I guess is the best way to put it. Like you could sort of read that if you want.
That's just interesting, just off hearing it. So you have to remind me.
It's literally like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Elseworlds.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because I haven't read it, but that's what I've heard so far.
Okay, so as for me, I haven't particularly read anything new. I kind of just kept up with some of the like comics that are like the most important to me, so to speak. Did I just lie? Is it just comic? Yeah, I guess Monstrous. What am I forgetting?
Yeah, it was just Monstrous that you said.
I know Saga's back. I'm gonna get to Saga. Gioni, if you're still here, I'll speak really quickly on Paper Girls. I actually watched it, read that one day, Glam, so I don't want to spoil nothing. Cause what did you say to me that was disrespectful? Actually, we could talk about this right now. Let's get into like the East and West talk a little bit.
Oh, when I said I like Invincible more.
Yeah, which doesn't upset me, but Gioni said something just as equally as more disrespectful. He said Paper Girls was better, and I said,
I never even read Paper Girls, so that can't be me.
And I was like, bro, what? I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I want the slide.
That can't be me. That's got to be somebody.
No. It wasn't you. It was Gioni. He's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
Okay.
If you're around, actually, Well, actually, just type in. So you said paper better than East of West. Okay, why though? Like we're here. Let's have the talk. Like, why do you have, like you have time to like to speak about it? Like, why is it better to you?
We had our Invincible versus East of West thing too.
Yeah, no, let's get into that though. So like,
yeah,
what
I will preface.
Mm-hmm.
They're both basically on the same level for me, but I do need to reread both.
Mm-hmm.
But East of West has some world building and character background absences,
Okay.
I'd say, in its stories that I think should have been addressed. Where
Mm-hmm.
Invincible tackles those things and tackles those things usually in depth. I won't say does it better, but for me, like personally, I love Death and I love Mark Grayson.
Hey,
I would take Mark Grayson over Death.
interesting.
That's just me.
Okay.
And I'll also say
that's just personal.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Look at this disrespectful ass tweet. Look at this.
I could make. Oh, okay, let me see.
No,
hot take. That's crazy. I could make the argument that Mark is better written if I wanted to, but again, I want to reread before I do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my major thing also for Invincible that puts it over the top for me is this: Rex Connors is a better villain than any other character in East of West. I think as a villain, Robot is better than every other villain in that story.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Andrew Archibald Chamberlain.
Ooh!
Love that man.
Ooh!
Love him.
Ooh!
But Robot is better than he is.
Okay. Actually, I don't disagree with that. I think the only reason oh, what's up, Katan? I guess the only reason that I guess my only thing I want to ask you is Invincible is 150 issues, right? Around
yes,
that, right?
That I was about to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think if East of West was longer, and I think if oh my god, what's the name? What's the author's name? Oh my god, I'm a fraud because Hickman. If Hickman had done more issues addressing those background character things, I think it would have been damn near equal for me, if not better, for East of West. Because I think there's a lot of things going on where like I want to, like for instance, John Freeman, a character I like. I think he has great characterization.
I agree with what you said about him.
I feel like I know a lot about him.
Yeah.
And another thing as well, Wolf. I like Wolf a lot. I want to understand why he's. I don't even know why he's working with Death at all to find Babylon. Like that's never explained in the story at all. Same with Crow.
Yeah.
I technically don't even really know what Crow is.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it's like I let that one go, but hold on, my turn, right? So, preface, out of East of West is one of my all-time favorite comic books, and it is my favorite completed image comic book, right? I do think Monstrous can dethrone it. I do. I think it's that good. I have to see how it ends first, but Monstrous can dethrone it. Monstrous is fucking incredible. You guys know my character person.
Yep.
Xiaolian Mao might be one of my favorite comic book characters in general.
Xiaolian Mao is raw.
I
love me some Xiaolian Mao.
Like, I can't. It's like there's certain scenes and moments in some of the things that I've read and watched that I could never forget as long as I live. I can give you like a noblesse. The first time Raziel told that one guy, I think he's working with M23 or whatever, and he said kneel, and that nigga kneeled, and then he washed him. I just Unga Bunga went crazy to the point where, like, I remember on my old desktop, I like jumped and banged my knee in the bottom of my desk. I didn't care. It's like it's still raw, right? When she had Death bowing to her, and they said this is the woman who like conquered Death, I said, bro, what? When she said, I'm not here for no peace, I'm here for fucking war, and she did what she did at that conference, I'm like, bro, why is she like this? She's so gassed, but she also
I'd say the best thing with her is when she's the assassination temp on her.
Yes.
No words in that first portion, and she's just hooping. Oh my god.
What did I always say about that issue where there's basically no words happening and they try to assassinate her? You could see their dedication to her. They all jump in the way of all the arrows, get fucking bodied and clapped, so you know that she has garnered that respect and everything. Then she comes out and she bodies them niggas out the fucking hot tub. Like, oh my goodness, bro.
And to just top it all off, on top of that issue as well, The only motherfucker who speaks is Andrew Archibald Chamberlain for me as well. I was like, yes. Let's go.
But just like everything that you and Gioni are saying in the chat, I don't actually disagree with it. Like, well, first of all, Gioni, tell me who your favorite character in Paper Girls is out of the girls and stuff, and like maybe your top 3 favorite characters. I kind of disagree with the Paper Girls cast, I guess, or cohesive like main group being better somewhat than East and West. But go ahead.
No, go finish your point. No,
but I do think because Invincible is longer, it just had more time to flesh out a lot more characters in a more in-depth way. I don't always think more is better, but when you speak about like Freeman and those characters, I'm like, yes, honestly, they needed a bit more to do and a bit more fleshing out for me to get a better grasp, understanding of their thematic role and blah blah blah. This and that and the third.
Yeah, like even characters like the Ranger. I think he was interesting on a surface level, but that's all I got was surface level. Because I didn't really know much of what like the past of like Texas and the Rangers even was beforehand. But I will say this, that I think was masterful on Hickman's part. I think you can make the argument that Zhao Lian and Death's relationship is just as good as Mark and Eve's is, even with the amount of time that isn't dedicated to Death and Zhao, because you see it.
Yes.
Because you just see it and you feel it in the way it's just, and I think Mark and Eve is one of the best romances I've ever read.
I actually agree with that. In general, yes.
Yeah.
In general.
But I think it's as effective, not necessarily as in depth or maybe even
you could say he did more with less.
Written. Yeah, like he did more with less, much more with less. And even when Death and Zhao aren't in the scene, when they're just with Babylon, you see the relationship that Death and Zhao have with it through how they're trying to interact and talk with Babylon.
Yes.
Especially on Death's part.
This is the panel, guys, by the way, that I was talking about. This panel lives rent
Love that panel.
This panel lives rent-free in my head.
Love that panel. Also, that horse motorcycle thing.
Yes.
Oh, love that thing.
Like, damn it, she's so fucking
But I will say another thing in East West favor. Consistently, the artwork is fucking goated.
Yeah, I do think there's a lot of angles, and moments in this from like, why does she look weird? And she looks, so it is.
Like Invincible, I think its artwork is
phenomenal,
more inconsistent than East and West, but both artwork are still fantastic.
R.I.P. Any story gets knocked out of a peg due to Mark being in it. I don't like Mark as much as other people do, but I think Mark has one of the best like superhero stories told from start to finish.
He's utterly fantastic. I think there's
KJ and Aaron. I'm not mad at that.
I think there's arguments for characters you like more than Mark, but Mark is just
he's expertly written though. So like
he's fantastically written.
I especially really like that reboot part when he goes back like that. Yes. That really moved me. Like that was super dope.
Yes.
Like that like elevated them a lot for me too.
Yes. And even at the end of how he deals with like Thrag and Robot and all the other like, the way he transforms from idealistic to then uber practical to then a mixture of both. Love it.
But by the way, Gioni, if you're still there, I don't mind like if we do like the next time I do this or whatever, let's have a Paper Girls and East and West talk. I'm down to have the conversation. Let me reread Paper Girls again, reread East and West again, and then I'm gonna come with you. Since you had the compendium like big thing too, so you got a little bit of the ancillary information about like of Hickman just kind of explaining the world and stuff. And I know you and I are not particularly a fan of getting information that way, but it did help with making sense of a lot of things. So like
that was more so like general.
Yes.
I guess country stuff more than anything else. Like I was trying to because my thing was always like I need specific character background, and for me also. The word is something that I feel like is a bit too vague, and
it's like the symbolic. Like I like everything that you said to me is like well taken, and I could openly admit that probably a big part of the reason why like I'm like bro, I just like this moves me so much is because I'm such a Zhao Lian fan, on top of Archibald. Like I love
Archibald.
They're my two favorites, and I knew he was cold. Like one thing about him is I know they're presenting him as like the cerebral guy, whatever. I'm like I know he could fight. And when he what's Mao's thing, her like the Widowmaker or Widow Taker?
Yeah, when she gets the first
Wait, woo!
first Widowmaker or whatever.
When he pulled out the toolies and he clapped it, I said, I knew this nigga was cold. I knew it. I
Because there
knew
was
it.
literally the king of New Orleans said he was the best gunfighter of the previous generation and might still be.
Because even
I was like,
didn't
oh,
thing's
wow.
dad tell Freeman like, don't do it.
Yeah,
he was nice.
Like,
Yeah, he was
hold
nice.
on a minute, because
Yeah.
and it was a good way to power scale too. Because up in that point in the story, like there are plenty of times where you see Freeman. Freeman is nice with guns. Plenty of times you see it, and then at the end where it's like the three-way duel between the Ranger, Archibald, and Solomon. I honestly was sitting there, I was like, I don't know who's going to win between the Ranger and Solomon because the Ranger is a hell of a shot.
Yep.
Because you see that early in the story with him and Death, but Death is the best shot in the story, but that's kind of unfair.
Yeah, because But yeah, he's a great character, and I remember that line that we both liked. But there's a couple of lines he said we both like. What's the one about you and he puts his faith on damn it,
justice, whatever. It was like
only believe in like alcohol, something.
And it's like next thing you're to tell me that all men are created equal and that the Japanese aren't perverts.
Yeah,
love that shit.
Yeah, but Archibald is super clean.
I never thought I would love a character that's associated with the Confederacy of all things, but somehow it managed to happen.
He's so clean. I gotta say, East and West world building and setting was great. I love how they perfectly divided the U.S. into different factions. Every territory felt unique. Yeah, like and some of them relied on technology more and things of that nature. It was really good. I don't think that's perfect world building, but yeah.
Yeah, I would say, Gioni, it was for surface level. It was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like you, not necessarily in the places, but the people and the culture is what I needed more of in terms of the world building. That's something that's what I feel like I needed, especially in regards to the religious aspect. That was
because
I
think that we've spoken about this ad nauseum a couple of times, but I think the thing that constantly gets left out of the importance of world building are the people.
Yep.
I don't know why people don't think only locales and locations and stuff are intertwined with world building. I've always said that, like, you ever play an RPG where it feels like absolutely nothing fucking happens until you, the main character and party, gets there? The world doesn't feel alive because the characters, whether or not the characters are important, they're not doing their own things. It's very important for that. Like, I give My Hero a lot of credit because they try to downplay My Hero sometimes because it's just in like Japan or whatever. I'm like, yeah, fair enough, cool. Like, I always find that like I make that joke all the time. Like, how could you world build in Spider-Man? They in New York, right? Right. So, but I'm like, bro, as simple as people complaining about the train being delayed because villains are fighting, whatever the case is. I'm gonna be late to work, and they're having those conversations and stuff. And Deku's not even there. The world is constantly alive, breathing, moving, and thriving without the main character having to be there to do something. I think that's very important. So, yeah. So a lot of the time, and like you said too, if they have like their own types of cultures and deities and stuff too, you need to see the people engaging and doing and talking, and like whether they have their weird little sayings or like, you know, suffixes. So like the end of words, they add like I want to say ER. What's that? Why ER? Wow, that one hard R N word? That's crazy. But like they do stuff like that, and I think that's lost on a lot of people. So. But I think it's really good though. Serviceable. Everything. Hold on. Yeah, basically he's reacting to Cecile frustrated me because he literally killed someone and then tried to justify himself. But I can't see any nuance in what Cecile is doing. It annoyed me because it felt like it was very obvious that he's gonna become a killer at some point. Then find a thin line. So my reaction was, yeah, this ain't it. But apparently his story is done well. But I don't know.
Yeah, KG, you and I've had this discussion because I didn't want to spoil it, but I will. He doesn't become a killer. Because there's a difference between accepting, like, okay, I have to kill some people, and then like being a serial killer. It's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've said it before, and I think I've even told Nia about this. Like that argument between the two characters, I think that both of them are wrong about certain portions of what they're talking about at the same time.
Reminds me of Clark and Smallville was fucking righteous indignation. Like,
yep.
Why would you lie to me? Like, Clark, you're lying to him right now. Like, you can't.
Because Mark's coming at it from the standpoint like he's being immature and a bit naive, but Cecil's also coming from like I think he's wrong about lying about certain things and also being a bit too uber pragmatic. That's where I've always drawn the line between in that conversation because I think it's a bit more nuanced than even the two of them are giving credit for. That's the way I always look at it. And I don't have a problem with necessarily characters and like disagreeing about that sort of thing.
Mm.
I understand why other people get angry at it though.
Yeah. But yeah,
Speaking of culture though,
yeah. Go
we'll
ahead.
talk about low if we want.
Let's get it.
All right. Want to talk about culture? All those cities feel different underwater, man. Listen, I know Nia's talked about this plenty of times. If you haven't read Low, okay, I will say this: if you're one of those theme heads, a Morge disciple, if you would, you will love Low.
I like that. Theme heads?
Because they are definitely. Because I will say, this is why I'm not a theme head. If themes are super prevalent in a story to me, it always feels heavy-handed. That's just the way my brain sort of absorbs the information. Low's theme is very heavy-handed. Me and I have talked about plenty of times. All about hope. All about trying to find a brighter future despite against all adversity. But I will the thing that gets me about Low that I love so much, honestly, like the setting of Low is one of the best I've ever seen. Fantastic. Remender does a great job.
Yes, Low is completed. But was it 24 issues? Actually, it's not that long. Actually, I'm gonna Google it, but keep talking.
Yeah, but like, and again, character guy. I think Low. I think this comes with this is sort of an issue with smaller comic runs that it's hard to
26
make all
issues.
the characters feel like fleshed out and really good. So there's usually only like a select amount that you can sort of latch onto. But with the ones you do, Della, Tahoe, Stell. What's the dude who looks like Attila the Hun from the Mulan movie? I can't remember his name.
The one that she likes later on. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about there.
He's pretty good. Mark has his moments. Kind of. He's a bit odd.
Yeah, he's hard. He's kind of hard to judge. Like what happens with him and stuff. It works to propel the story, but yeah.
I will say I don't think Low really has any good villains unless you count Della.
I hear what you're saying.
Maybe the dude with the red hair who has the first city, like the pirate city.
I think the best we can go was didn't he have a daughter, a fake daughter, the black girl? I think she's the best one we could use.
Yeah. You could probably use her, but because she and Tahoe have that interplay as well. Yeah. But like I love setting for Low's great.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fight scenes in Low are fucking really good.
I really like it. Like I thought the concept was really cool from the get-go. I love the artwork a lot. I think artwork is phenomenal.
Yes.
Those covers, god,
the covers. I was good because you know my struggle about getting the hardback covers. Yeah. I can't do it because I love looking at the paperback covers so much. The paperback covers live just so fucking good.
I'm gonna give them like an example, but like it's so clean. And like so for me, right? I agree with Glam. First of all, the main theme of hope versus despair is very heavy-handed, but in my opinion,
it works.
This was the most interesting way I've ever seen those two themes be contrasted and compared, because usually it's like if anyone's played Danganronpa, it's always in that style, where it's like there's just so much despair and so much hopelessness and everything's bleak and there's nothing to do, and it's just like the character has to kind of find that hope in itself. And while the world and some of the things that are happening to Stell specifically is very, very, very bad, she's like an optimist plus 1,000. Like it don't make sense. Like I almost thought she had like a mental illness. It's like,
but even with her, she sometimes go through her ups and downs. But even then, like I totally agree. Like hers is like ridiculous.
It's like the opposite. It's like the entire story is trying to break her hope and ideals for a better future, for a better Earth, for humanity to thrive and continue, blah blah blah, as opposed to having to find that hope in herself. She's already has it in abundance, even though there's tragedies happen to her and her family. I just had never seen it been tackled that way. So just for being original amongst, like, this is obviously anecdotally speaking, there's probably a narrative out there that's done this, but this for me, just for that alone, I loved it because it was interesting. Because I had never seen it done that way before. I was very used to the Danganronpa style of it being done, which is played out to me. I agree with you that the issue that a lot of these shorter comic runs have is that they don't get the amount of time to focus and let these characters get fleshed out as much. but I take that into consideration.
I do the same.
I try not to dock it too much points for that. Whether I'll feel what I feel, I'll think what I think, but I won't kill a 15 issue comic because a 100 issue comic had more.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like I take it in stride. The same way like if I judge video games a lot by how much I have to pay for it. If I paid $5 for Mario Odyssey, that might be a 10. Actually, I have an example. Sonic Forces is raw because I played it for free. It's not a good game, but it's free. I played it for 4 hours. I thought fun and moved on. Like it didn't. So yeah. So that's kind of how I see the story. But I think the visuals are absolutely stunning. Like you have to see what Greg was doing on that. I'm gonna pull up a page on it.
Oh
yeah.
Mr. Occhini is hooping.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Or Tocchini.
Yeah, I think it's Greg Tocchini. Yeah. I just said Greg because I didn't want to butcher his name.
What I don't remember. What's the name of the suit that the family has? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's not.
That suit is goated.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And like when you see that thing actually like do something,
like finally, yeah.
Bruh.
And it goes crazy. Everything's mosh up. I'm like, oh my god.
I thought I knew it'd be strong.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it would be that strong.
Yeah. You can see here. I'm gonna pull up some images. I guess I should probably center this better, but anywho.
Bro, look at that shit.
What's going on?
Look at that shit.
I'm gonna do it like this, real quickety, splittity, quickety.
And also, just in general, being underwater the whole time and it not being Atlantis for once. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Aquaman. I love me some good written Aquaman.
Like, are you guys seeing this?
Bruh,
it's just beautiful, fam. Like it don't.
It's also like the mermaid,
right?
chick.
Oh yeah, she's good too. I liked her. She came a long way in her own, in her own right.
Yeah, she's like perfect background character.
Yeah,
that's what I'd say. She
like this, like I was blown away.
Look at my girls. Mm-hmm. Look at my girls right there, man.
Yes, yo, Abdel, my guy. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for stopping by.
In the correct top to bottom order too. You'll love to see.
Yeah, man. I think I like. This is one of these things that I came back to look at. I looked at every variant cover. I looked at, like I was not. I was trying to see. I was not trying to play games with this, whatever. But yeah. Super duper duper dope. Again, 26 issues completed already. Definitely, you want to give lower.
Just get the 5 regular volumes.
Yeah, and if you already have if you like Deadly Class already, or the Last Days of American Crime.
Rick Remender.
Yeah, Rick Remender. I know he's done so. I kind of remember all the shit he's done. Like I'm drawing a huge blank for some reason.
This is actually.
I think this is his best work from a writing standpoint. I don't think it's Deadly Class.
Okay.
Personally speaking, I know Deadly Class is like the one I think people associate the most with at this point. I don't think it's his best work. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Underwater with no Atlantis. Is that even legal? I feel
he did it.
I'm gonna debit the library. The library has this. Okay, I feel that. But yeah, but yeah, Rick Remender does have a really good catalog. But yes, definitely people, man. Like Low, if you want to know, Low, it's like in my top 3. Like Monstrous, East of West, Low, probably my 3 favorite Image stuff. Currently, see Morning Glories for at one point, but I don't know if I can. I don't know at this point because bro.
I will say also this stream has actually been a good segue because. Speaking of a very short series with limited characters, but also another noir series.
Yeah.
Black Sad.
Yes, sir.
Black Sad is the most Disney-looking comic book I've ever read, but also simultaneously one of the most brutal things I've ever read. It is peak noir.
They are pretty vibrant. You know what? Yep. I feel that. That. Keep going.
There is no happiness in noir. Never is happiness in noir. Mm-hmm. And goddamn does this series do it. It's essentially 1950s B-stars with no acting. But the main character is a PI, and he's a former soldier from World War II.
He's a Black Panther.
Yeah, it's
And
sort of
that
implied.
actually matters in this because fur on this matters. But keep going.
Sort of. There's like a racial component, and in one of the cases, I should say, it's sort of structured. If anybody's played L.A. Noire, it's essentially like reading a transcript of that with pictures involved.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different cases spanning over that. They go over like the Red Scare. There's racial stuff that's touched on in there. I'd actually say the best case, to be quite honest, has to do with the Red Scare, about all the sort of communist actors in Hollywood and how those people are sort of brought in for questioning or are heavily ostracized. And Black Sabbath has like a case involved like trying to prove these people innocent because he meets his professor friend from Germany that had worked on nuclear bombs. Also, the intrigue. It's really good in terms of I'd say its plot is probably its strong suit. Black Sad's probably the only like very good character. There's
I'm about to say that like I can't like there's other characters like I've had a bit of intrigue for and like here and there, but
the owl doctor from that one run. There's a couple of female characters that he interacts with that I have some interest in.
But he's the star of the show easily.
Yeah, yes, and I'd say I'm not usually a plot related person when it comes to, but like I think Black Sad nails its plot very well.
Yep.
And also, if you're just trying to find like, I'm not usually a representation sort of sake guy, but this is written by a Hispanic and drawn by a Hispanic team.
Yep.
It's entirely. I think it's literally from Spain, as well. I don't think it's Latino.
I didn't know that, but I know. I mean, his name looked.
I'm fairly certain he's legitimately from Spain, but I could be wrong.
That's fire.
So if you're just looking for something like that, more diverse, go ahead. But
no,
it's real good.
It's really good. Like each case you go through is gonna like you're gonna have a great time with it. I'm constantly reminded of the fucking video game that I haven't played yet, but
I think there's a sixth case that has two parts to it that hasn't been put in a physical version yet.
But it might be online.
But I haven't read it yet.
Because I have the
I have the. I think it takes place in London because I think it's called They All Fall Down.
Interesting.
I think it's I think it might take place in London.
I want to get back on this grind for sure.
Also, I should say, every case, it's not like you're just sort of thrown in. They all sort of happen sequentially after each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll have connective tissue that tells you when it's happening. And also, I will say, at the end of every case, there's always like a picture, like double page spread cover, showing sort of a potential part of like the aftermath regarding it. And there is an overarching plot to do with Black Sad himself and regarding another character that comes up like 2 or 3 times. I don't even know if Naya's known this, but you remember the orange cat?
I recall reading 5 cases, but it might have been 4 that I read though.
Okay,
but
I'm gonna read. Amarillo.
I'm gonna.
He's in the car.
The problem with me is right now I'm not like those names are not moving me. I don't know. I don't remember. It's so long ago. But if you send it to me, I'm gonna look at it. But I haven't actually read my physical volume of that, so I'm gonna have to go read it because mine has the cases in it. I think 5 actually. I gotta look at it. But
the big one has 3, and then the 2 other ones were released after. I don't know if there's a big one that has all 5.
So maybe you might be right on that because it doesn't look big enough to have all the cases in it. Have I ever told you to read American Vampire just out of curiosity? I don't know if I've ever told you to read that.
You have not.
Okay.
Yeah, Volume 6, They All Fall Down. I don't think it's been released yet.
Yeah, I don't. I've definitely haven't read that one though. But I recommend it. But I'll be better prepared next time. I'm just gonna pick up my book and give it a glance. And I definitely want to play the game at some point.
Yeah, there is a Steam game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one for the cheap. Okay.
Is it like canon at all, or is it just?
That's a good question. I have not checked. I have not gone that deep to do it. It's just like it's just been sitting there in my cart for like years.
Let me see. I'll actually take a peep at that.
But John Blackstad is one of my favorite comic book characters, by the way. Like I'll say like top 20.
He's raw.
Top 20.
Love him.
So he's up there. Like I definitely love that man.
So. Blah blah blah. An official and all new story for Black Sad.
Okay. So it's basically like the Bigsby Wolf stuff with Fables, which you
it's like
up.
Wolf
Among Us. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, Wolf Among Us is. I didn't even know this, that Wolf Among Us is technically a prequel.
Yeah, it is.
Run.
Yeah. How did you at all? Did you all read any of the Fables yet?
No,
Yes.
literally
Okay.
just got it today.
Okay.
Gonna start reading it probably over the next week.
All right.
I'm currently reading Legend of Dritz, which is actually a novel, so I gotta.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the last thing, it's not on the screen, but if anybody's read, if you've ever heard of Bone, by Just Smith, it was made.
I should have put him there.
Oh,
Sorry.
That's fine. Made in 2005. If you're into, essentially, it's a fantasy comic about these three dudes who get kicked out of their town and end up in this land of essentially sword and sorcery. It's very good, very funny. It's also quite Disney as well. It sort of actually reads like a Sunday morning comic book, like your Garfield, your oh my god, what's the kid in the Tiger's name? Oh my god, I should know this, but it's not coming off the top of my head.
It's been too long for me, bro. So.
Oh my god. Chat, tell me what the Saturday morning newspaper fucking. Oh my god, this is gonna pain me.
You said Saturday newspaper?
It's like the Sunday newspaper cartoons that they'd have, like Garfield. What the fuck was the kid in the Tiger's name?
Oh, Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes. Thank you very much.
I love that. I love that niggas. Well,
Yeah, it reads and is sort of structured like that, but it's a long running, very large fantasy series, and it's, again, I recently reread it. I don't know when was the last time you peed the Naya.
I must have been a child. I feel.
Well, yeah, it still holds up. It still holds. Like there's a specific character I love he's essentially just a big mountain lion, and I don't know if I've ever seen a character stick to the archetype of true neutral more than this character. He does not give a fuck about sides at all, and will just do whatever he wants to stay in the middle. And it doesn't matter if he had just been this person's enemy like 3 seconds ago. If they're no longer a problem of his, he'll just let them do whatever they want. Like, yeah, fine. I got it. You can just vibe.
That's kind of goat. Yeah. Just off that. That's just a goat like this, man. I know, like, last issue, you broke into my house, whatever, but, like, it's whatever.
That's literally what it is.
like,
hey, you trespassed on my mountain. I was going to turn you into the enemy because they were going to give me territory and shit. But now, since you're saving the world and you're not really bothering me at all, I'll just let you vibe.
Like, whatever, do your thing.
Yeah.
All right, I feel that.
Yeah, if you just want, again, characters aren't really a strong suit. I think the plot and the world building's better for this, but its comedy is very good, especially these two villains that are part of it who argue over quiche a lot.
Oh man, I love comic books, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They're so great.
Shit. Next time I'll probably be able to talk about. I might talk about Aquaman a bit whenever I finish the Abnett run.
Mm-hmm. We can do a dedicated IDW Ninja Turtles run when we're both done. We can do that. Gioni, I want to get Gioni in to get a Paper Girls talk, and then I think he's catch. Saga.
Yeah,
tell me to talk about that. If you're still here, tell me when you catch up to Saga too. Go ahead.
Also, if I ever do get to the rest of my wish list, that I haven't told you yet, there's 2 series on there that I have yet to do, and if I get to those, then we'll talk about those too. But okay. I want Naya to be surprised about what those 2 are.
All right. I'm anticipating the greatness. But yeah, so ultimately, so Batman movie, good movie.
Good though.
Watch the movie. Ninja Turtles, read that. East to West, go.
And Invincible, read those.
Invincible, absolutely. Is the season 2 coming back? I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't kept up. I know me and you were just like, we're kind of just like monitoring it. I like overseers, like, what are they changing and how's everyone feeling about it? I do like that people are getting into it. Something we could. I could say like about 4 of my friends have picked up not more than that. If I add like Simi and stuff, so maybe like give or take 6 to 8 of my friends did pick it up and read it themselves.
Yeah, have they all said the correct opinion of that the comic's better?
Yes, all of them except
God.
All of them except I think maybe one and a half. One guy he's like indifferent. I guess he just sees it as different ways to tell the same story, and one of them is like he's always been like on like a I like to see it move, Merchant. You know?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Araki gone,
Yeah.
so it's comic
Well-
season. Nah, man, Stone Ocean maybe something. I don't know. Where's the anime coming?
Read Low, read Black Sad.
Yeah.
Both of those won't take you very long, especially Black Sad.
And I could have a dedicated. These are all comic books I love enough that I could have a dedicated stream for them. So.
Yep. Black Sad might be a little bit hard.
You think so? Well, maybe if it's just us. I think something like that. Like I know if my boy Ken was here, because Ken is a huge fan of this. Like he could, and he's like me back in the day, to the point where like he'll tell you the issues, the year it came out, who worked on it, who the letterer was, blah blah blah. The same way back in the day, I'll tell you who worked on the episode, who was the background, who was the seiyuu for this. But I got old and I can't be bothered.
I will say just to mark it bone for the people, because you should read a true classic if it were.
I'll put it on screen real quick. But
yeah. But like, yeah, I'd like, if you want, because it's the same way how I describe Black Sad, is it feels like a classic sort of thing you're ingesting. This is essentially like if Disney did a more cartoony version of Conan the Barbarian.
Netflix could animate.
What?
Oh,
What?
brother, the bone.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that a real? Or is that
Please,
kibbity bibbity bibbity cap?
I
Keep
hope not.
going. So,
But it's written by Jeff Smith. If you've ever been in like a Scholastic book fair as like in like elementary school, you've probably seen this before.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like that's essentially the fucking rock, fucking King Doc on the left. He is such a scrub. He doesn't do anything. Yeah, like that's essentially the general art style, and it's pretty consistent the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
Yeah. But all right, friends, thank you for joining us on this very late night stream.
Sure.
And if anybody in here who was in the earlier stream for Tower God earlier, appreciate it. I will actually do this once a month though, I swear, on everything I love. So we'll be back.
Be lying. Okay.
I'll never lie. I never lie. I only cap. Okay, goodbye.